Hello, wrestling fans. This is Joe Saraceno. I'm the Blue Collar Man, and we are at the Twisted Wrestling Studios in Englewood, Florida. You probably see that we are in a little different spot in our studio, and that's because on October 4th, which is this coming Saturday, we're going to have live color commentating. And what's a better way to do this than to have two icons, uh, veterans of the wrestling world, if I could say it that way. We've got Mike McClaskey and we have Sir Jay Goodley. He'll be taking the spot next to Mike. And what's going to really be nostalgic is because Twisted Wrestling Alliance, we wanted to fashion it according to old school studio wrestling. And although we put a little twist on it, I'm really hoping that when Jay sits down in this chair next to the other commentator, Mike McClaskey, just all the thoughts are going to be rushing in when he was with Gordon Soley and the Sportatorium and when they were in Tampa at the Armory. And so it's going to be a fun time, and it ought to be a great experience for the fans. Again, we're evolving Twisted Wrestling Alliance. You know that we're coming up on almost 100 videos on our YouTube channel. Isn't that incredible? Just really thankful for the support, thankful for all those that have put their hand to the plow and got involved in helping TWA to become the success that it is today. I thought I'd start out just a little bit about the hierarchy of Twisted Wrestling Alliance. And I also want to recognize right off the bat Randy Cruz, who is our stage manager, he helped me transform this ring. Great friend, him and Sylvia, and he's behind the camera today. And we just want to give a big shout out to him, an old school TWA shout out. But essentially, I'm the CEO of Twisted Wrestling Alliance, LLC. And my original trainer when I was training under Fred Ottman's wrestling school was Frankie Reyes. And so Frankie Reyes is the commissioner. And you'll hear more about that at our October 4th show, which is coming this Saturday. He's going to be the commissioner. He is the commissioner, and he's going to be having some things to say about some of the matches that occur and some of the future ones as well. We have Pablo Marquez. Pablo Marquez is trekking around the world. He's our international ambassador. And again, he's bringing in talent in the future and already has, like the Guadalupes. Hey, 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 hey. He's bringing in talent and is continuing to do so. Many of our advisors and friends at the same time, Mike McClaskey. We have Johnny Walker. What can I say about Johnny Walker? He had a great show, UCW, last night at the Bradenton Boys and Girls Club. Look him up and support him. I got a feeling as some of our shows continue, because some of us come and go and our schedules change, we might see, instead of a Mike McClaskey and a Jay Goodley, we might see a Frankie Reyes and a Johnny Walker. Now, that, of course, will depend upon Grandma Shirley. We'll have to have her sign off for it, Johnny. So if she signs off for it, we're going to be in good shape. Adam Reyes is our senior official, and Adam, although Frankie still refs from time to time, which we'll get into that in a minute in light of VPW, Veteran Pro Wrestling. Adam is our senior official, and we have another official is just a character. It's hard to bring Python Pete up because he's not necessarily what you would call a bread and butter referee. He's got his hands in a lot of things, and I guess he's growing on me a little bit. I mean, we'll just I know that his character is I mean, the guy literally hunts pythons, no kidding. And so again, we've got what's happening here at TWA has just become a labor of love, and we've got all the TWA passengers, the friends, the supporters. And before I go any farther, I want to talk about the sponsors, especially for our upcoming show. And so if you'll bear with me a moment, our October 4th show, which is this Saturday at 3 p.m. in Englewood, Florida, our main co-sponsors are Studio Pilates with Randy Maltz Green. She stepped up to the plate right off the bat. I mean, look, Diamond Dallas Page has DDP Yoga. Well, TWA has Randy Green, Pilates. And so get a hold of her, click on the highlight that we have in the link. And this isn't just for women, it's not just for men, it's just not for seniors. Pilates is what I would consider a 2.0 version, a hybrid version even of yoga. And Randy, who of course is connected at the hip with Sir Jay Goodley, great sponsors and supporters of TWA, she stepped up to the plate. But I would be remiss if I didn't bring up Timothy Kendrick Music. Timothy Kendrick, he's been traveling all over the country. Recently, his tour was called Any Dive Will Do Tour, him and his band. So Timothy Kendrick is a co-sponsor for TWA at Ring Wars. Timothy Kendrick Music can be found on Spotify, YouTube, all forms of social media. If you'll just go to his page, we get a kick out of Timothy, and we're planning on having some. Timothy, how about giving us a custom song for Ring Wars that we can feature at our show? We really appreciate that. But then again, thank you, Timothy. I want to bring up a brand new sponsor, and they are connected to our student match that you're going to see. It's going to be an exciting match. I want to bring up, there's going to be Brian Johnson and Anthony Coltus. And Brian Johnson has connections through Charlottesville that once they recognize, and him and his father and the owner of the next sponsor I'm going to share with you, which, by the way, is Wartime Warriors. Our sponsor is Wartime Warriors. They're a boxing gym, but they're more than a boxing gym, actually. Let me share with you a little bit, give you a little bio about Wartime Warriors. And they're not only sponsoring TWA as a co-sponsor, they stepped up to the plate, but they're sponsoring Brian Johnson. So let me give you a little bio here. Owner-president of Wartime Warriors is George Rivera. Special shout out to Matthew Johnson, also known as DJ Mighty Matt. Wartime Fitness Warriors is dedicated to providing at-risk youth in the Charlottesville and surrounding areas the opportunity to learn the discipline and art of boxing as means to structure their future, physical wellness, and simultaneously provide natural peer support to increase their mental health and well-being through the use natural peer supporters and certified physical trainers. Again, this is Wartime Fitness. They're our brand new co-sponsor. We have like a triple threat of co-sponsors for we're so appreciative of you sponsors. Without you, because of the logistics of our studio, we wouldn't be able to have these shows and give you the quality that we have. So here's the outcome that they desire at Wartime Fitness Warriors. In addition, helping the children through a community fitness facility atmosphere focusing on fitness and a tutoring center where we build up confidence in the youth. The tutoring center helps the children in their educational arena, and having the boxing and fitness center helps the youth with character building as well as confidence. And so when Brian came to us to train at Twisted Wrestling Alliance under Robbie Idol, we didn't know that he came with a long support of a group that, I mean, they even go out, for the lack of a better term, and pick kids up like in the old days. You remember the old days when it was church on Sunday and they'd send a bus around to the neighborhoods to be able to pick up the kids, and especially the at-risk kids, which I assume some of these are. We don't know that all of them are, but that's Wartime Fitness Warriors. We want to give them a big shout out, nice applause. Not only are they supporting our TWA show, but they have a stake in Brian Johnson, and not to diminish Anthony Coltas, who's our other, and I'll just get into that, who's our other student. It's going to be their debut as students. We've been working really hard with them. And other than the family with Larry Laz and the rest of the family, we have a sponsor for Anthony. We have a sponsor for you. Do you know that? We have somebody sponsoring you. We have Adam Tarosky and Devin. They've stepped up to the plate and they're sponsoring you. It's just something, the way things are happening here at TWA. Also, I want to get into the card if I could. Don't want to hold you up a whole bunch here, but for this Saturday, I just want to cover a little bit about the card. We've got Chief Eddie Two Rivers, who, if you saw recently, he put up a promo, and not exactly sure. He sort of went after me a little bit, went after those that are losing the belt. Look, we got the belt back. Long story short, we got the belt back. Robbie Cook just put out a promo we haven't posted yet in response to the Chief. But the Chief was our longest running Florida Men's TWA Championship. I mean, from back in the old days, 2-3 years ago at the Twisted Fork. So we have Eddie Two Rivers, and he's going to be facing Joey by the Food Court. If you've ever seen anything about Joey, it's been a while before we've seen him on the independent scene. But I got to tell you something. If you will reserve your seat, message us. Message us at Joseph Saraceno Facebook. Message us at Twisted Wrestling Alliance. Go to the private message and get your seat reserved for this Saturday. If you haven't seen Joey, he's making his return. He was all over independent wrestling several years ago. We have our own Johnny Walker, extraordinaire. And we've had a little bit of a change in the card, but we have Jason Steele coming back again, but not as Jason Steele. We had a change in Johnny's member on his side of the tag. And although it's Jason Steele, he's coming back as his, I would say, a kinder and gentler character. I don't know if Johnny will allow in this tag match that I'm going to share with you for him to be too much kind and gentle, at least through October 4th. But for the lack of a better term, you're going to be excited to see the new character we would like to say that this is the gimmick that he's bringing with him. And they're going to be facing their debut at Twisted Wrestling Alliance, although one side I've known forever since I've gotten into the business and training myself. It is the Rewind Society, and in the Rewind Society, we've got Samuel C. Samuel has been showing up at so many places in the Florida wrestling world and up north of Florida, but you'll find him at so many shows, and he's teaming up with VHS. And if you haven't had a chance to find out who he is, VHS and his welcome or beginning of everything, he says, "Hey folks, what's crack-a-lackin'?" Not sure exactly what that means, VHS. I guess what's cracking, what's happening. I'm old. Not sure sometimes exactly what that means, but I will say this. I watched the Rewind Society, VHS, and Samuel C. at Veteran Pro Wrestling about a month ago. And they faced Psycho and the Manimal Volkov, Russian Manimal Volkov. Another story, going to have to cover that really quick. But it was a match. It was just, it was a powerful match. So we've got Johnny Walker, we got Jason Steele's new character, we got the Rewind Society with VHS and Samuel C. That's going to be a tag team. Then we've got the Brass Knuckle Championship for the belt. Right now, the Cuban Fidel Sierra is holding the Brass Knuckle Championship belt. Cuban's been all over the place. You have any idea how fortunate we are to be able to have the Cuban? I mean, he's teamed with just about everyone you could imagine in the wrestling world. I mean, we're talking about, you know, all the tops, the Ric Flairs, the Rowdy Pipers, you name it, he's worked with them. He also has joined with Ricky Santana for years. They were the Cuban Connection. And they still travel, and they're doing shows and signings and so on and so forth. We've got the Cuban Assassin, who holds the Brass Knuckle Championship belt. And who's coming to take that belt? From the Dominican Republic himself, our TWA ambassador, Pablo Marquez. So that's going to be a match for you to get behind and support and see who takes that belt home. Then, since we've already brought the student match, come and support that student match between Brian Johnson and Anthony Coltas. We have our reigning Man's TWA Florida Championship. Robbie Cook, the son of the legendary Bob Cook. And Robbie's held on to that belt. Some say he's lost the belt. Some say he had slippery fingers. Some say he had oily hands. It slipped out. Somebody took it. Pete took it. Robbie Idol took it. Look, we want to get through this update, but just want to let you know that Richie Paradise is going to make his debut. Apparently, they used to tag together in the independent scene. Robbie Cook and Richie Paradise. But I would be remiss in saying that I couldn't help but think that Robbie Idol, who actually lost to Robbie Cook at our last match on August 2nd, if he wasn't going to be around somewhere wanting to get some kind of receipt, to dole out some kind of receipt for this match. Not exactly sure what he has in mind. He said he's coming. We've interviewed him the other day, and we may have to have extra security for that, all right? Finally, we've been honored to be contacted by BPW, Veteran Pro Wrestling. They had their inaugural show in Spring Hill 3 or 4 weeks ago. It was standing room only. There was a sellout. You'll have to go to Veteran Pro Wrestling and hear their version of it. But Veteran Pro Wrestling, as far as we know at this point in time, at the top is Archangel Orsini. She not only is probably, I would say she's probably the Vince McMahon of VPW. We've got Gary Wolf, Pitbull, and then there's Christopher Anino, which he was the Russian Manimal Volkov was actually supposed to make a debut. It was gonna be a surprise. He was gonna make a debut next Saturday, October 4th. And things changed, things got out of hand. I even think at their last show, he ended up pushing down an older man or something. We got pictures. I mean, this guy's sort of out of control. I think it was him and Psycho that faced the Rewind Society at the last show. Correct me if I'm wrong. Lots of stuff going on, trying to cover all these bases and keep a mental note of what's occurring. You know, just like, for example, Crystal, Anthony's mom. How could we leave Crystal out? I brought up Larry. Let's not. Sorry, Crystal. You're the mom, and so we'd be remiss if we didn't bring her up. But VPW, Veteran Pro Wrestling, had reached out to us, and because I think of the distance we are from their shows, we wanted to do some cross promoting. I've had a chance to go up there subsequently to the show, and we did some promos. We talked about where we might have some things in common. And I'll just say this, our next show, at least that I know that we've committed to at TWA ourselves, is going to be January 17th. And on January 17th, we're going to have a stat card where I can promise you that is going to sell out here in no time at all. We still have a few seats for next Saturday. It's not critical. Call us. We'll figure out a way to make room for you. We still have some seats left. Full transparency. You know. But the Russian Manimal Volkov, you'd have to go to Facebook, and this guy is, I don't want to say he's a lunatic. I don't want to say he's insane. I don't want to say he's inhumane. But I think he's a little bit out of control. And so I said we were going to have a surprise for October 4th and bring him in. Yeah, you know what? We had to suspend him before the show even started. And here's just listen to this. I got this message from him. Angel Orsini, Gary Wolf, help us. Help us help you. Again, you're welcome here anytime. We want to support Veterans Pro Wrestling. Their next big show is going to be at an Army base on January 24th. Ours will be a week before theirs. Be a great show. We'll talk about it. But I want you to hear what he sent me. He says, Dear Joseph Saraceno, I found out recently that you are related to my nemesis Yankee bum, Joe DiMaggio. Huh? I mean, what did he do? Did he go to Ancestry.com? Did he grab one of those things where you do a number 2 in the box where you find out what your DNA is? I mean, did he grab that from Federal Express before it got sent? I don't remember sending one. Why am I now? And then he was referring to me as a DiMaggio the other day. I mean, listen to this. It's off the hook. Dear Joseph Saraceno, I found out recently that you are related to my nemesis Yankee bum, Joe DiMaggio. This does not sit well with me, and I am demanding you apologize for being related to him. If not, we must have a test of strength at the next Festivus. Now, I know I got a little loud. I got to come through the mic and be distorted, but any of you have watched Seinfeld, you know what Festivus for the rest of us, right? So I'm demanding you apologize for being related to him. If not, we must have a test of strength at the next Festivus. I'll bring the pole, and you are not allowed to bring a pole. We will have our airing of grievances, as tradition goes, then the test of strength. Instead of no soup for you, listen to what he says. He goes, and no match for you. And then he says, and no candy canes allowed. What the heck? And so, I mean, we've got somebody that's a little, I'm going to say, Russian Manimal Volkov. I think you've taken a little bit too much. What's that medicine, Randy? Well, no, he says vodka. It's not ibuprofen. What's the controversial pills?
Tylenol.
Russian Manimal, I'm going to say that you lighten up on the Tylenol because and again, no offense, but I think the spectrum of craziness that you're moving to, you must be taking it by the bottle. And I'm going to say that you back off, if you would please. Again, VPW, we want to be connected with you. Angel Orsini, Gary Wolf. We got to do something about this Russian man. And so if we can get him under control, he's suspended at least between now and January 17th. If we can get him under control, we may have him back at TWA Titan, which I'm thinking might be the name of our next show. And so VPW, we love the fact that you support the veterans. We love the fact that you love TWA. Folks, thanks for supporting TWA. Sponsors, thanks for supporting TWA. TWA passengers, thanks for supporting TWA. And so, like I said, if you can, this show next Saturday is going to be a hoot. It's going to be some technical wrestling. It's going to be some fun. We're going to have, for the first time, color commentating, and with Mike McClaskey, Sir Jay Goodley. I've really appreciated being a part. When I made my debut on June 9th of 2018 after training for 17 months under Fred Ottman and Frank Reyes, would have never thought that we would have had so much fun since then and trying to put out a good product for everyone to enjoy. And again, I want to give a big shout out to my son, Joey Saraceno. That was the reason that I initially stepped up to the plate to try to be, after he lost his mom, I couldn't be his mother, but, maybe I could have been twice the father. I don't know. But get in touch with us. Thank you very much. Have a good rest of your Sunday evening, and we'll see you next Saturday.